Happy Wednesday, everyone. I'm Sloane Glass. Welcome back to Beauty IQ and the Sloane Series. Take a minute, make sure that you are subscribed to us so you never miss an episode. Today, we are going to be talking about something so near and dear to my heart. It is the fabric of my being, eyebrows. We're going to talk about eyebrow shaping, how I shape my eyebrows, how I fill them in when I want to, tips that I have for you guys if you want to fill them in, and what I think looks best for different face shapes with eyebrows. Half of you are thinking, Sloane, teach me how to get your beautiful eyebrows. I love them. Half of you are thinking, why should I listen to a girl with a unibrow tell me anything about eyebrows? Guess what? You both came to this video for some reason. You care about eyebrows. Let's meet in the middle and know we are all human beings. I love both parties. And you know, I agree with both of you. First of all, I want to let you guys know that right now, I have nothing in my eyebrows. If that makes you want to punch me in the face because you think they look horrible, or because you're jealous, or because you think they're so amazing, you want to slap them, I love you. But I had to tell you, because you're going to see it when I comb through them. I'll zoom in, you're going to see a slow motion of me combing. It will be so therapeutic. You're going to love it. When I get anxious, I pet them like little babies. I don't know if people pet babies, but I don't know. Maybe. I am nervous to make this video because without a doubt, anytime I am live for the other aspects of my job with QVC, there are comments about my eyebrows. Some of them are like, wow, we love your eyebrows. And some of them are, you look like Groucho Marx, your eyebrows are horrible, blah, 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 blah. Here's the issue. I don't care if people don't like my eyebrows, and it's not this like self-love, I don't care. It's just that I think it's kind of funny, and a lot of the things I do out of humor. So the more that people tell me they don't like something, the more I tend to do it. So you guys are so lucky that I pluck my eyebrows every 3 days. Yes, you heard that correctly, sometimes every day. And I don't let the unibrow grow because I would if it were up to me, because I think that's hilarious. I care what people think of me in the sense that I care that I'm a good human being who treats people well. That's so, so important to me. And I think I'm doing well in that aspect. I think I do right by people. I think I'm a good friend, a good daughter, a good partner. Do I care if you like my eyebrows? I hope you love them. Like, yes. Do I care if you don't like them? Not really. I've never strived for conventional beauty. It's not as pleasing to my eye. I don't want to look generic. I don't want to look too pretty. I just don't think it's that interesting. I want to be me. I want to look like me. I feel like if I had thin eyebrows or just eyebrows that weren't Sloane. I have naturally really bushy eyebrows. If I didn't have them, I just wouldn't feel like myself. And if I didn't feel like myself, I think I'd be really sad. Like, sometimes my eyebrows make me laugh. And wouldn't it be so fun if you had something that made you laugh all the time? Or I love them. I do. I love them. Other people's physical parts of them is not that interesting to me. I really am someone who just falls in love with people. So it just doesn't hurt me. I don't know. It just doesn't. I guess that's a good thing. And that's how I'm feeling today. Believe me, I absolutely have days where I'm like, wow, if one more person comments that, my feelings will break. I can normally shake it off pretty quickly, though. I do have to be honest. I actually just lied. I said that to seem like more like I break down too, but the truth is that really is something that does not get to me. I don't mind being called names. I don't mind being called anything unless it has to do with my character. I will brag about myself though for 1 minute, and that is for every one person who is like, those eyebrows aren't for me. Every single day that I walk down the street, someone goes, nice eyebrows. They get catcalled. There's no other circumstance that you can catcall someone, but when other women go, I love your eyebrows, I'm like, thanks. I grew them myself. I get my eyebrows professionally plucked about every 3 months. Shout out to Carrie Jordan, who does my eyebrows. She is amazing. She shapes them beautifully. I feel like when I leave, they just look so much more defined, which is always what I ask from her. And they always look really full and beautiful and wispy, and she takes them out from the center as well, because sometimes mine look a little too dense. They grow in so thick and heavy. I like to de-dense them so that way they just look a bit more natural. I want to show you guys where I keep up with brow maintenance between appointments. I'm just going to take away hairs from the areas that I think are drawing down my eyes and making them look droopy. So for me right now, that they grow pretty low as well, my brows. So I have some growing, and these have a little light on them, which is really helpful to me. I think my eyesight's not great right now. Ooh, now I can see. I'm gonna go a little higher up because I see this one getting in the way of where my brows are a bit more defined. I'm gonna take away the light because I'm realizing that then you guys can't see what I'm doing, even though I can't see what I'm doing without the light. So it's like, now we're both flying blind. Oh my gosh, do you see how thick they are that like pulled the skin? Contrary to popular belief, I do pluck the center. Another part of my brow routine is that every 3 to 3.5 months when I get them professionally plucked, Carrie tints them, and she does that before she plucks, so that way she can see every single little hair. And I feel like it really helps to bring out those ones you didn't even know were there, and then she can pluck away those guys that really just get in the way and cause too much shadow and can help to actually make your brow bone look heavier than it is. And I'm going to talk about that right now. The first thing that I do, and I always keep these clean spoolies with me, I have them in my car and a lot of purses, is I like to brush my brows upwards. And I really recommend that you do this. I brush the hairs closest to my nose away from my eyes, like that. And then I brush the other brows up towards the sky. I want to show you the difference. This side of my face just looks much more lifted than this one. Because you can see if your brows are lower, if you take off the top, this side just looks a lot lower. It looks like gravity has hit a lot harder. And that's why bushier brows can give such a youthful appearance to the face and always look a bit timeless. And I like them because I feel like it makes me feel like a fairy, you know, I just left the woods. Okay, so now I have brushed this side up. And then on this brow, I'll brush them down a bit. Not all the way down drastically, but just kind of condense the brows together to show you guys what I mean. Nothing drastic, but I want to look straight into the camera and show you the difference that an eyebrow can make. So on this side, I have a lot more eye space. It's much more open. I have a nice lift right over here. Now, this side does look good from the profile. I still have my arch, I still have the shape. Profiles are still similar. But straight on, my eyes look bigger on this side, and it just looks more youthful. I'm even looking in, I'm seeing in my viewfinder that my cheeks are looking fuller on this side. I know it's not drastic, but that's the difference in a full brow. So, something to consider. I like to really brush them to make sure there's no makeup products, oils, lotions, anything like that. I can be so careless when I'm putting on my bronzer, my moisturizer, so I really try to make sure that they're super clean. Because my eyebrows are so dense, I don't want them to carry with them any product that does not belong there. There are 3 points on your face that people talk about a lot with eyebrows. If you ever buy eyebrow stencils, if you ever watch a brow video, if you ever look at a photo of a face done for makeup artists and you see the points drawn, this is what they're referring to. That the eyebrow should start at the nostril, that the highest point should cross over from your nostril through your pupil, and it should end, if you were to cross over, now this is not long enough, let me pick up something that should cross over from your pupil, through your eye, through the end of your eye, straight to the end. Now these are all visual tricks, right? They are all about trying to create symmetry, something that faces do not have. If you ever see a perfectly symmetrical face, it looks really off. I encourage you to Google them. So I really believe that you have to cater your eyebrows to your face. Now personally, I use this trick the opposite way with my nostrils. I want my nose to appear more narrow. So instead of starting where my nostrils start, I start more inward, giving the appearance that my nostrils are a little more narrow. Does that make sense? Since our minds have become accustomed to the fact that eyebrows start at the start of your nostrils, it is a visual trick the opposite way as well. So since my eyebrows, I keep less room in the center, hey, there's that unibrow, it makes my nose look more narrow. I have based my eyebrow shape on photos of me as a child. I had very straight, full eyebrows when I was a little girl. When I was in high school, things like that, started waxing, I had very generic eyebrows. I never had the tadpole eyebrows. Thank you, Mom. But when you see photos of me as a child, I had really bushy, straight eyebrows. So I really encourage you, look at photos of yourself when you were a kid. What did your eyebrows look like before you ever touched them? That's how you were born. That's probably the shape that looks best on your face. I want you to feel comfortable looking like you. You see on Instagram eyebrows that look boxy, drawn on. Everyone is getting the same exact shape, and it's really odd looking when you go through photo after photo after photo of it. It's much more appealing to have eyebrows that look like yours. It's the tricks that we're trying to accomplish today. There are different ways that you can do that you can cheat if you don't have big eyebrows. It's okay. There are so many hair stroke methods that you can do to give this appearance. We are at the tutorial portion of this video, and if you're wondering why I'm in the bathroom, don't worry about it. If it was an interesting story, I would tell you, but it's like I always say, if it's boring, just keep it to yourself. If you want your brows to look fuller and you're not working with a lot of material naturally, that's okay. I think that the best and easiest solution for you would be to work with a brow pomade or gel. Ka-Brow from Benefit is a great example of a product where you can really create a brow from start to finish, even if you have nothing. And all the tools you need are already built in. So you have your brush at the top that just pulls right out. It's very convenient and adorable. You unscrew it, and then the pomade is right here in the pot. It's really great because you can draw on the brow just like you like it. A lot of people use this to create that Instagram brow you see, and then a lot of women who just don't have that full brow but they want the look will use a pomade, and I think it's a great way to achieve that. Brow pencils have come such a long way. I feel like the first time I ever used a brow pencil, it was really stiff. It was almost like an old school lip liner where you're like, ow, why is this fun? Why would anyone use this? Now, brow pencils have a really nice waxy texture to them that helps them adhere to the hairs, really helps them stick and appear very, very natural. And I really love that it has a universal taupe shade. I don't know if you've picked up, but I love universal taupe shades for brows. I prefer something cool tone for my complexion because I color my hair to be cool toned, so I like my eyebrows to kind of match that. And the product that I had from Benefit, this one is also cool toned, and they have a lot of different colors for this. The reason that I pulled this pencil is that it has a unique shape. So you'll find a lot of pencils are very, very thin, or a lot of them are triangular. This one is kind of a hybrid of those two shapes. I'll swatch it for you on my hand. If I run it directly across, I can create a very symmetrical, very thick line, really good for creating shape. If I want hair-like strokes, I just turn the pencil onto its edge and achieve it just like this. So I think the uniqueness of the shape of this pencil is what really appeals to me. Also, I think the color is really spot on. I think it's very, very flattering. Also, just the waxiness of it. It doesn't spread, it doesn't come off. I think so many brow products can get stuck inside of other makeup, and this one is really, really solid. I love it. Now I'm going to show you guys how I fill in my brows to give them some definition. I don't like to add any density to my brows. I think that they already look very heavy on my face. So for me, a colored brow gel, which can be really beautiful for girls who have naturally very light brows and want to add some color to their brows, perfect. Great for you. For me, it would make mine look too heavy. So I like to grab a brow pen. I love a pen because I can draw in those hair-like strokes that I'm looking for to create a really beautiful, feathered, super, super natural brow, and just add a little bit more definition where my brows are lacking a little bit of shape as I go between brow appointments. So pardon the extreme close-up, but this is a really great way to show you guys the technique that I use. So again, I am brushing up my brows. They have no product in them right now. And normally I would just kind of brush them up and put in a clear brow conditioner that I will show you guys at the end of this tutorial. But for today's sake, I'm going to fill them in to show you how I do it. So for me, where I need the most definition is right around my arch. I almost just draw a couple little dots. I like to let them marinate for a few seconds, and then I'm going to brush out that color. And then moving more inward, I draw tiny dots along the hairline. And then very quickly, right after I draw those, I brush it up because I don't want those to leave a stain. I want to create a sort of ombre effect with that color. See, even if you were to comb through my brow, I still don't think you'd be able to notice any product, which is the goal. I am drawing tiny, tiny hair-like strokes. Those I'm not going to brush through because I want them to remain intact. At the ends, I'm brushing downward. That trick that I did at the end is how I always finish off my brows. Benefit's Conditioning Primer has hold in it, so this has replaced any brow gel that I use, but gives them shine. Not like a crazy, like, why are your brows shiny shine? Just a really nice, natural, wow, your hair is healthy shine. Just like the hair on your head should be healthy, the hairs on your face need to be healthy too. And I like to really concentrate it at the arch to give myself some added shape. And then at the front, I'm really pushing the hairs forward for that trick I told you guys about the nose. That's between us, so that's like our trick. Okay, next time you see me, I'm gonna be back in the living room. Okay, you know what? Enough fooling around. Get back to your homework. Oh, also, I want to have a naming contest. Like have the zoo names new baby giraffes. Let's name my eyebrows. And don't say thing 1 and thing 2 because that was my mom's dog's names. But they couldn't hear the difference when you would call their names and they didn't really get the joke. It was like over their heads. So she renamed one of them Taxi. So when you open the door, she could yell, Taxi! For more beauty tips, make sure you're following us on Instagram and me, Sloane Glass. And if I am missing any brow tips, girls, I'm the one who has to know. So let me know in the comments, please. Any recommendations for growing brows? I get asked that all the time, and I wish I had the secret formula. Just know, thin brows are beautiful too. It just depends what looks good on your face. I happen to think I can pull off the big brows. Some people look awesome with beautiful, thin, defined brows. It totally depends. Look back, go through old photos of you before you ever touch them, see what they looked like, and keep in mind, when you fill in your brows, you don't have to make them blocks. You can do it naturally with thin, hair-like strokes with the right products. Oh, I'll leave you on this last shot. Wait, don't go away. Yep, that's all.